Good, what is it, afternoon?
Yeah,
Afternoon? Yeah. We're going to talk about why Apple is so popular. Starting with iMessage and the way they market their stuff. Farai's a coworker, by the way. Guys, this is Farai. I haven't even introduced this guy yet. This is one of my good friends. I worked with him for about a year, right?
About a year?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, we're in the same line of work, and we've both seen the effects of Apple's marketing and their absurd amount of influence on the general public.
It is ridiculous. But
Crazy.
it is the world we live in. Thanks to you guys.
At least the country we live in. It's all your fault!
It's your fault! Giving them freaking money. Mm-hmm. Anyway, why is Apple so popular?
Right, starting with iMessage and...
Why is Apple so fucking popular?
I don't know, man. Part of why I think they have such an insanely huge following is if you take someone like say Gucci, for example, or Coach. When they come out with a bag or a new purse that's like $500, I used to date somebody who was obsessed over Coach. She would go into the Coach store and she'd be like, "Oh my god, look at this bag, it's like $500. And I'm like, what makes it so valuable? What justifies that absurdly high price tag? I was like, is it the materials? Is every single bag made by a 16-year-old virgin or something? Like, I don't know. And I think it's the prestige of the name. And I think, if I think about it, it's like it's almost as if they assume that everything they do is awesome. Therefore, other people, given the law of state transference, other people agree that it's that awesome. Like if you go into a venue,
right,
and you say, and you think that you are the other people are more likely to think that you're the than if you walked in going, "Oh, I'm kind of cool, maybe," you know.
And I hear that's what the company set out to do. Like when it was founded to make electronic goods more.
User-friendly,
don't
accessible.
quote me on that, but bring the cool factor to consumer electronic goods, and it worked.
It did.
So I think they just keep pressing on that. This is what I think Seth Godin said this. Some popular marketing guy. He talked about how the whole plan in founding Apple is to bring out the great taste of individuals in electronic goods. So dating way back to the what's the name of the damn first Apple computer that
Macintosh
came out?
something.
The Macintosh, whatever.
Yeah.
Before Linda, right? That was one of his. He called.
Before what?
I think he named it after his daughter. Like
Really?
one of the computers. Yeah, that one sucked. Nobody bought that shit. Nobody bought that shit. Well, that's what the documentary said.
I didn't even know they made a computer named
Something along those lines. He named it. Steve Jobs named the computer after his daughter. Yeah.
Oh, that's endearing. I mean, I can't really fault at that. I mean, it's okay. I'll name this creation of mine or this thing of mine that I helped put together after my daughter. That's a sweet gesture. Okay. All right.
I created her, so
Steve Jobs.
So I'll create the computer just.
All right. Steve Jobs was still a dick, though.
R.I.P.
What about the lack of a fingerprint scanner on the iPhone X or the iPhone 10? You're like this, and then trying to put a pin in like that, or going like,
Dude, I can only imagine.
like, no, come on, man.
Imagine the guy, the car next to you at the traffic light.
Mm-hmm. You're like,
I need the right angle.
didn't you said that
just
they
look like a douche.
in order to convey that type of value, I wish that people as a whole needed a more detailed description so they can decide for themselves whether it's actually all that or not.
Yeah, I see that. So to some degree, do you think it's society's fault? Did I say fault?
Fault? It's their fault.
It's their
all
fault.
day fault.
It's all your fault. That's texting in me coming now.
Right.
It's all your fault.
All your fault.
All your fault.
I think to a certain degree, yeah. It's like the whole Spider-Man thing when they say with great power comes great responsibility. Apple does have a huge amount of power and a huge amount of influence over the American public. So given that and the position that they're in, I wish that they would push people more towards thinking more critically about a new release or a new thing. before just like, oh, buy it, take my money.
An actual innovation.
Yeah.
Something pushing the culture forward. Which seems like our friends over in Asia are doing pretty well.
Yeah.
At doing
Indeed.
that. I hate to say that. Well, I guess not hate, but it's America. We need to be in the driver's seat. We need to be pushing things forward, and it's kind of sad. I wish they would be doing a little bit more innovating, and not just re-innovation. If that's even a word, but
Re-innovation.
Re-innovation, because
Right.
I mean, everything that they've put in that phone is nothing that's new.
People have. Oh man, I lost a train of thought that I really wanted to go on, but I can't remember it now. It'll probably come back to me in a second.
Stay away from the vodka. Water.
It's water. It's totally water. It's totally water. You were talking to me earlier about the logo placement, like say the MacBooks, where when you close your MacBook Pro or MacBook Air or whatever, is the logo right side up to you or is it upside down?
It is actually upside down, for those of you that didn't know. And that is on purpose, of course. Just to make sure that that's just to make sure that everybody knows that you're using the Apple product.
So you open it up, it is suddenly right side up to anybody else that's looking around in the Starbucks that they just walked into to get their pumpkin spice latte. PSL, yay! They look around and they see the glowing Apple logo. It's literally a neon sign saying that you're using their products.
Hello.
Right, exactly. Now on the back of my Samsung laptop, they did the exact same thing. This time I'm not going to pick hairs, split hairs, pick hairs. I'm not going to split hairs about who did that part first or whatever, but point being, it's the same kind of subliminal messaging that the green bubble and the blue bubble with iMessage is. How many times have you had somebody specifically mention that to you? What about the A11 bionic chip?
The A11 bionic chip. I've been seeing a few articles about the benchmarks on that chip, and it seems pretty impressive.
They are impressive.
That just burns as it comes out.
It does! It hurts me, oh my god! When they did benchmarks on the A11 bionic chip, they found that it was at least 4,000 points, right?
Need a refill.
Higher than the... Yeah, right. 4,000 points higher than the Snapdragon 835 that is inside the S8, S8 Plus, and Note 8.
And other devices.
Right. Are other devices having the 835 at this point?
It's that Huawei.
The Huawei has an 835 in it? One of the Huawei phones?
One of those.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that.
Side note, I heard that Huawei outpaced every cell phone company this year.
Really?
In terms of growth.
Nice.
A little fun fact.
One reason why...
Oh, I smell it now. Somebody is cooking.
Yeah, somebody's... Okay, so one thing about my apartment is that I can always tell what my neighbor is cooking for dinner because something smells good and it's not coming from my kitchen. I want it to come from my kitchen. I'm hungry. But anyway, about the A11 bionic chip blowing away all of the other processors on the smartphone market, at least. They have to make a processor that is a one-size-fits-all. Because the operating system is open-ended, then the processor that they make has to be able to just be like kind of a plug-and-play, versus Apple has the luxury of fine-tuning to an absurd degree because it only has to work with one operating system and one operating system only. That kind of makes the comparison between the A11 chip and others a little unfair.
Right.
What?
At the same time, another thing is keep in mind, as I had to think about this, is that when your operating system does more, it's gonna take it a whole lot more time to process certain things as well. So when you're dealing with iOS, which is only just now introducing certain new features that are available on Android, been available on there
for years.
Of course it's gonna beat it because the processor doesn't do, I mean the operating system just doesn't do as much as the Android system does.
Okay. Perfect example right here. So you take a racetrack, right? You take a racetrack and then you take everything else, all the other types of terrain. On a racetrack, the tires can be fine-tuned and designed a very, very, very specific way because that one surface is the only surface those tires are ever going to touch, only surface where it matters, just the racetrack. So those race car tires are going to do way better on that racetrack than a regular street car's tires, because a street car's tires could go on asphalt, they could go on concrete, they could go on dirt, they could go on grass. So the tire manufacturers have to make sure that it's the best of everything, taking a little bit, like it's good here, it's good here, it's good here, so it'll do good, but it won't ever do as good on that racetrack as the tires that are specifically designed to work with that racetrack and that racetrack surface only. That is the difference between the A11 bionic chip and all the other processors that are designed to work with a wide variety of devices and operating systems, even though really the only other one is Android. But yeah,
right, because Microsoft doesn't do anything anymore these days.
No, not really.
Not really.
Sorry, Microsoft. Farai, thank you for coming over and chilling and adding your input to this video.
It's been a pleasure, man.
And stay beaming.